Now this is a newer feature that's been added in REAPER 7.12. So if you're using an older version, you're not going to have this functionality. So I have a project in front of me here with some music and some sound effect samples. And it sounds like this. Now I brought these samples in to choose which ones I want and where to place them. Now to choose that, we could drag them around like this, but of course, that gets messy really quick, trying to move them all on one track. Instead, we could use this new feature. Let's right-click the track and turn on Fixed Item Lanes, which allows this track to have multiple lanes. Then we could drag the other samples and create new lanes. Let's drag this one down here, creates a new lane, do the same over here, creates another lane, and finally one more. Now we have 4 lanes to choose from with 4 samples, but I want to place it in 4 different spots. So I'm going to copy them and paste them to each position. So now the normal thing to do is to comp each one to see which sample we want to use in each position. So we can right click this, go to comping, and choose comp into new empty lane, which puts a new lane up here. And to comp this, we have to create comp areas like this, then choose each sample one by choosing them or hitting the T key, which could be a bit much just for dealing with samples like this. We just want to choose them and not really comp between them. So instead, we could use this new feature known as lane masking or voice stealing. So we could right click over here and choose to turn on media items in higher numbered lanes, mask playback of lower lanes. So if we choose this, that turns on lane masking, as we can see with these buttons looking like this. So now we're only going to hear the items that are the lowest in their lanes. In this situation, these. But if we drag any sample lower, say we want to try this one, create a new lane down here, now we're going to hear this one instead. But we're still going to hear these, because it doesn't just play the lowest lane, it plays the lowest item on the lowest lane at that point. So if I drag this one down here and create a new lane, we're going to hear this one, and these two. And it'll overlap as well. So if I really liked the middle of this piece, let's create a razor edit, drag it down here. Now we're going to hear this item go into this one and back to this one. So it basically masks anything above it as long as you have something down here. So if I created an empty item, that's going to replace anything above it. And if I move this one down here, create a new lane, we'll just put it in this lane. We're going to hear this one instead. Put it down here. Maybe we like this one over here. Try out this one. We could put it here or create a whole new lane. Maybe we liked this piece. We want it over here as well. No matter what, we're just going to hear the lowest item playing in the lowest lane. We'll hear this one, these 3, and these 3. And this could be a bit quicker than trying to comp into a new lane, as we can create new lanes all the time. We use this one, we'll create a new one, and create as many as we want by trying out each sample or sound effect we're working on. And we're done, and we're happy with all our choices and how it sounds. Just select the track, go to the Actions menu, Show Action List, and type into the filter Crop. And we could choose to crop to playing media items on any track we selected. Just double-click this or hit Run, and now we have that result. It removed all the pieces we're not hearing, and now we're just seeing all the pieces that we are. Before, with a mess like this, we could choose which pieces we hear, move them lower or higher, choose this action, and it crops it or removes all the unwanted pieces, or the pieces we weren't hearing, and we're just left with the pieces that we are hearing. It's pretty useful for dealing with things like sound effects Well, you want to do a simple comp of a few parts without having to use comping mode, or anytime you want to use lane masking or voice stealing. So that's pretty much it. That's lane masking or voice stealing in Reaper. I hope you learned something, hope you could use it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.
Bingo, boys, let's go.